Jobs and money. In this lesson, you're going to do some speaking and some listening and some job interview role plays. So first, can you think of as many different jobs as possible? So get a piece of paper, set a timer for 2 minutes, and just list as many different jobs in English as possible. Then can you have a look at the worksheet? And number 1 is for you to complete the questions and then link them together with the correct answer. So for each question, you've got a choice of what, when, who, where, and how. Number 2 is odd one out. So you've got a choice of 3 words for each one, and you have to pick the word that is different to the other 2. And then during your lesson, you'll explain why it is different to your teacher. So money is different because the other 2 is the money you get for a job, whereas money doesn't have to be linked to a job. Number 3 is a quick vocabulary task, so you just complete the gaps and then check with your teacher during your lesson. 4A is listening, so you're going to listen to 3 people who are finishing education and talking about what job they want to go and get. So can you listen to each one and complete the table with their interests, their possible jobs that you would recommend, and why you would recommend that job. For example, if someone said that they love playing football, then you could recommend professional football player. Here's Rachel.
I live on a large farm in the rural southwest of England. I have always enjoyed helping my parents with the animals, especially when they are sick. I'm going to study chemistry, biology and photography at college next year. I'm also very interested in wild and exotic animals. We went on holiday to a safari park last year and it got me hooked. I took hundreds of photos of the kangaroos.
And Mark.
I'm finishing college next year and I still haven't got a clue what I want to study at uni. I'm only 17, so I think I'm going to take a gap year and go backpacking around the world with my guitar. I'm particularly keen on visiting Europe and America because it will be easier to get gigs. I've played guitar since I was 7 and recently started teaching some of my mates the basics.
And Hazel.
My dad is a lawyer and I want to follow in his footsteps because there aren't enough women in the industry. When I leave school, I'm going to study law and politics. I'd enjoy the buzz of working on a dramatic case in a courtroom. In 10 years' time, I hope I'll be making a fortune working at the top of my profession on a higher profile case. I want to be a millionaire before I'm 30.
Just rewind the video if you need to listen again. If you turn over the paper, you can see what each person said, but you need to pick the prepositions. So you've got a choice between 2 prepositions, and you can listen back and try to get the right one. 4C is word stress. So you need to look at all of the words from the text that have 3 syllables. Syllable. So syllables are how we break up words. For example, animals. And you need to decide where the stress is on each of those words. So is it animals, animals, or animals? So if it's on the first syllable, it goes in the left-hand column. If it's on the second syllable, it goes in the middle column. And if it's on the final syllable, then it goes in the last column. I can tell you that not many words have final syllable stress when it's 3 syllables. So most of the words go in the first column, some of them go in the middle column, and not very many go in the final column. These are all of the words that you need to put in the columns. Try to say them out loud to yourself, and then your teacher will help you during the lesson. Number 5 is a grid full of lots of information about different jobs. You'll need to complete that grid during your lesson using the first 7 questions to help you. And then number 8 you can do by yourself now. And number 9 means that during your lesson you'll do a job interview role play. Number 6 is a crossword, but there's also this option if you would rather do it alphabetically. So either do the crossword or this one. Number 7 is job qualities. So can you match each one to the correct definition and then rank them in order from the most important to the least important in your opinion for getting a job. Then you've got 2 job adverts. Can you complete the questions for each one and then design 2 job adverts yourself for a different job for each one? And then you're going to tell your teacher about those jobs during your lesson and they get to pick which one they would like to be interviewed for. You've also got an interview script, so can you read the script and then answer the questions, then turn it over and use the job adverts that you made pick one of them and then answer the questions and write your own script for a job interview. And then you're going to practice the job interview dialogue during your lesson. And finally, you've got 12 questions, and the answer for each one is a job. So you just circle the job for each question, and on the back you've got some help if you don't know what some of the jobs are. That's the jobs lesson. So you've learnt a lot about different jobs and asking and answering questions. You've tested your listening skills and created some job adverts for yourself. So I hope you've enjoyed learning about jobs. If you'd like the answers for the worksheets, then you can go to this link if you're doing it for self-study, or you could book a teacher and practice your speaking skills for this lesson.